Hello, fellow paranormalers. I'm trying a different angle in this new vehicle, so bear with me. Today, or this evening rather, I am going to revisit an investigation I did at a nunnery in Godstow called Godstow Nunnery, and they were Benedictine nuns. And the reason why I'm going out there again is because I did a paranormal investigation out there session, I believe it was last year or earlier this year, and no, it was early this year, that's right. It was in May actually. And what I'm researching at the moment is Rosamond de Clifford, who was known to be a lover of King Henry II, and the links with her, Rosamond, or Fair Rosamond as she's sort of otherwise known, with these links was also in Blenheim Palace, where I haven't done an investigation there regarding Rosamond de Clifford, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there with the portal, and I'm going to see if I can try and contact Rosamond de Clifford, or potentially nuns. Now, I know that I had been communicating with a nun or two nuns actually out at that site before. Very, very sort of friendly, nothing hostile about that area or that site. So it should be quite interesting to go out there and sort of continue the investigation, really, and see whether I can, communicate. I mean, if I can get something sort of a little bit more concrete about the research. Now, the fascination with this, of course, is that there's a story with Rosamond de Clifford, in that she was allegedly murdered by trickery, allegedly given the option of dying at the hand of Eleanor, who was the queen of Henry II, by either a dagger or poison. And the story goes that Rosamond de Clifford chose poison, and the sort of story goes that this was actually done at the Fair Rosamond Well. It wasn't called that until a couple of hundred years later, but it's known as Fair Rosamond's Well in Blenheim Palace. So, hence all the links and such like, which is quite interesting. I guess my intention for doing this is to find out maybe some more facts. I don't know whether anyone's really done this kind of an investigation before. I certainly don't know of any investigation of this kind before with this subject, so it'll be interesting. And I will record it. I'm going to video the session and record the session, and we will go from there. So if you're interested, then stay with me, and we'll go to Godstow Nunnery. Something else that I've done actually is I have a series of questions already sort of scripted. I've actually got them printed out, and the reason for me doing that is because I'm going to ask them in modern day English, but of course we're talking about the 1100s here, and a nunnery, and they would most certainly have been speaking Old English and very likely Latin. So I'm rather hoping that sort of link will also, with my rough Latin, will hopefully invoke some contact, potentially, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, I shall see you there. Okay, so here we are at Godstow Nunnery, and let's go inside and set up the portal and see what we can do, see what we can get. So bear with me as I walk across. It's going to be a bit shaky, I'm afraid. So there's actually a river just over there with people living on barges. So this is the actual nunnery. I've yet to find any plans to this site. I've never really seen anything. Over in the corner there is the chapel, I believe it to be the chapel, and that's really, and apart from the wall, these are the only kind of ruins. And the site was actually very big. There used to be quite a lot of nuns here. Now, I'm going to try and find what I believe, let me turn this around, I'm going to try and find what I believe to have been a well here. I could be wrong, but there just seemed to be sort of a sunken part in this area that I believe was a well. Now, there's a little while since I've been here. I can't remember where I actually went. I think it was over here. There seems to have, yeah, here we go. Now, look, there's this area here which seems to have stones across it, which would actually indicate that there was potentially something there that went down. Now, whether this was a well or not, I don't really know, but it is circular and there is a pipe coming out of it. So one can only assume that if there's a pipe, a water pipe coming out of it, that it's a well. And as I say, here behind me is the chapel, or I believe it to be the chapel. It could have been another building of some sort. I don't really know. So I thought, okay, let's start here, and we shall set up the portal and see what we get. Now, unfortunately, I don't know whether you can hear or not, but there is, in fact, actually, I might go into this building because there is a rather large noise coming from, there's a dual carriageway just over here, and it is possible that that noise is going to interfere. I don't really know, but it may be better for me to go inside this building because we may get less noise. And I actually got EVPs pretty much anywhere around this site. I went over here to this kind of dip, break in the, you know, and we've got a gateway here, a doorway here, or used to be here. And I got EVPs in this particular spot here with this, what I'm calling a well, and also inside the building, you know, the corner building here. So, but as I say, unfortunately, I haven't actually come across any plans. There doesn't seem to be any plans to this site at all. No one seems to actually have produced. There must have been plans, but then you're talking a long time ago. You're talking sort of 900 years ago. So I don't think that they would have actually survived. But yeah, let's get on and set this up. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is on camera. I'm now going to set the sweep rate to what I normally do, which is 300 milliseconds. Let's turn the portal on. Okay, I'm hoping that this is actually on camera. Something else that I like to do actually is I like to burn a bit of incense, because, you know, we are talking something sort of 900 years ago. They would have burned incense at this time. Very important. I'm going to switch my phone off. Okay, so we don't get any outside electrical interference of any sort. I burn real incense on charcoal. So I'm going to just try and find a stone. Okay, I've found a nice brick. Here we go. So we have something, we're not going to cause a fire. Okay, so hopefully this is all on camera. Okay, so now we'll just wait, and I've just been stung by nettles. Right, let's just wait for that to heat up. Let's start the candle. Of course, candles would have been used back then as well, so these are all hopefully things that will trigger with real burning incense, being Benedictine monks. Okay, so yeah, let's just wait a minute or so and we shall just see. So hopefully this is where we are. There is what I believe to be a well, and we've got the portal with the PSB7 ready to go. And yeah, let's just wait to get this started. Jerry. Okay, so let's start this session. We have incense burning, we have a candle burning, we are now recording, and we're here at Godstow Nunnery. If anyone can come forward, if anyone is actually here with me right now, can you say your name? I come in peace. I welcome all friendly and loving entities and spirits to come and speak. And you can speak to me through this device. Is anyone here with me right now? Does anyone here want to come and talk? Hello. What is your name?
Yep.
Whereabouts are you right now? You can talk to me. You can talk to me on this device here. Can anyone bring forward Rosamond de Clifford? Velem Lequi de Clifford Rosamond. Does anyone hear Rosamond de Clifford? Can you bring her forward for me? Hello. Rosamond de Clifford, are you here with me now? Nous de Clifford Rosamond ven city Macomb. That sounded like she's not, but I don't know. If Rosamond de Clifford is here, when did you come to live here? Quando veneris Colette? Okay, thank you. How long did you live here? Quam di hic vivitur? How long were you the lover of King Henry II? Henricus Secundus Amator Adas Usquensquo.
No.
I can hear you clearly. Rosamond de Clifford, how did you die? Quomodo te esses moritorum. How did you die? Okay, thank you. Can you tell me when did you die? Which year did you die? Quando autumn te est moriturum. Can you give me a year? Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming forward today and speaking with me. Thank you. Gratias agemas tibi propota accidentes hodie. Are there any nuns with me here right now? Can you come forward right now? Can you give me your name? Okay, thank you. Do you have any messages? Does anyone have any messages? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much for coming and talking to me today. I came in peace, I leave you in peace. Go back from where you came. This session is now ended. Goodbye. Can you say goodbye? Okay, people, there you have it. Session is ended. Just making sure that I've left everything intact. I think the session lasted quite a while. I got a lot of responses in that sort of short period of time asking those few questions, and I'm hoping that sort of saying them in my probably worst Latin, that I got some kind of responses from that. So I don't really know, and I think the thing that spoils it for me is the fact that there is a dual carriageway not very far away from here that you can hear the noise. But I'm hoping that the way I place the equipment and the recorder, that I'm not picking up too much of that background noise. But anyway, got a nice feeling about this whole place. It's a very calming site. It's actually quite nice. There's a nice feel to it, and got quite a few responses. So I can't wait to actually get back and go over the recording. The video, I think, I won't use the audio from the video because I'm doing it on such a small sort of vlogging camera, really. But the audio from the Zoom H4n should be really clear, and that will be the recording that I'll use for capturing the EVPs from the portal. So yeah, I'm quite happy that this is my first, outside investigation, if you like, with using the portal. So anyway, I shall make my way back, finish this session, and edit the footage. Okay, I shall speak to you again real soon. Okay, just travelling back and sort of thinking over the session with Rosamond de Clifford, and I couldn't, because of the background noise, the sort of ambient noise that was going on, I couldn't really hear sort of real time the responses. So I'm hoping that they have come out okay. I'm sure they have. They were actually very clear, and I'm sure that my recorder picked them up okay. I'm very impressed with the way the portal works, if you like, out in the field. I think my next stop will be to go to one of the cemeteries around Oxford that I go to fairly regularly, and I know that there is always a lot of activity there. I always come away with lots and lots of responses and sort of spirit chatter. So I will try that next with the portal. Quite easy to carry around. I've got sort of an aluminium case with everything in it: the recorder, the spirit box, the portal, you know, everything, spare batteries. So you know, it's like a kit form really, and so yeah, very pleased with it. Can't wait to actually get back to base and go through the recording. So that will be the next part. Okay, I'll speak to you soon.